Customer is looking to get an estimate to have their wall replaced. Now, I bid this a couple years back, or maybe even last year, and they wanted repairs done, and we declined on it. And it's finally to the point where he's ready to get a bid to replace it. So as you can see, it is made out of all out of dolomite, and it's wet set. And I said, of course, if you have a wet set dolomite, it's going to cause problems, heaving, absorbing water, all that good stuff. So we are bidding this as a regular wall using a mix of, let's go with Fond du Lac buff, so a yellowy Fond du Lac, and then dolomite. And we can actually use, it's colorful of dolomite, so obviously we can get dolomite from rock hard, that's the gold stuff, but then we also need to make sure we get some of that cream stuff, and even some of that lighter stuff, the antique wall stone that we have. So, but we need to have as much yellowy as possible. All right, so this wall averages 25 inches high, and I'll give you the numbers for these individual areas. So we're going to bid this as a regular wall, and then with the option to have pillars like what they have right now, and also an option to have caps. Now the pillars, if you notice here, they bump out a little bit, and actually the concrete is poured around it. So we'll call them 16-inch pillars with 18-inch caps is what they've got going on here. We're going to use dolomite caps on these. Right now they are currently 3 inches. We're going to bid with the standard tread stock, 2 1/4 or 2 3/16, or whatever happens to be. So, all right. So we've got the wall that's coming along here. Oh, also, we've got these trees that are behind it, these arborvitae. I told them I'm not sure if they can survive or not. We're going to do our best to make them survive. This isn't a terribly tall wall, but we do have to get some crushed rock behind it. So, all right, so we've got a wall coming along here. We've got 1, 2, 3 pillars on this one. We've got the returns. These are, we'll call these 11-foot returns, all right? And these are going to average, let's call them an average to go from 15 to 20 inches tall in some spots. So, all right, so then we've got the pillars going right here, and we're going to give him a price per pillar, so that way he knows what these are going to be. And it comes along here, and this is 50th, by the way. School right here. This is just down the street from Finkel. So this wall comes along here. Now I'm coming to my numbers. So the first part from the steps over there to the end of the wall was 42 feet. From the steps to the driveway here is 50 feet, so 42, 50. It's 57 feet from this pillar down to the alley over here, 57. And then it's going to be an 11-foot return. These stay as they are. These stay as they are. Okay. So I know this is a little discombobulated, but we've got 3 pillars on this one. So 3 on the far side, 3 right here. We've got 3 along this run. That's 57. And then an 11-foot return along the alleyway with 1 more pillar anchoring it over here. All right. Now I know that this is shorter here. We're going to say it's 25 inches. Now, the issue that we have is that he wants it to be 25 inches, and we've got grade change. So we have to build this to a degree, and I'll talk to Nick about this, whether we want to lay our stone at an angle or if we just want to put a cap at an angle coming up and across here. I'm not sure which way is going to be easier or better or more consistent or anything like that. So, because the grade, I would say, is a pretty consistent raise all the way along this. We don't have, maybe that far left side dives down a little bit deeper, but as far as this front area is concerned, it's a relatively consistent pitch coming up. So I think that if we could, say, it's quarter bubble or whatever it happens to be, we could stay within that. But I'll talk to Nick about that, and we'll figure out what is best for it. The issue also is going to be these pillars, because if we lay these pillars level with the ground and everything else around it is sloped, that might look goofy. Well, like I said, I'll talk to Nick about it and see where we land. So, buff Fond du Lac, 50-50 buff Fond du Lac dolomite for the wall stone, dolomite caps, pillars, and caps as separate line items.